Clark on the bench right now with 2. Had an assist, did not score. 0 for 3 from the floor as Connecticut turns it over. Melissa Smith running the floor, pizza pies at home. Wallace left alone will fire and hit from 3. There's your exclamation point from Rachel Banham. Wallace hits the jumper.
Right, they get in and get up the floor quickly.
Wallace driving into Ionescu, using the other side of the rim. Pretty finish for Wallace.
To knock down the triple. Kristy Wallace takes the baseline. High off the glass to finish.
On Caitlin Clark in Indiana, and the Liberty with just a nearly flawless performance here from Indianapolis as Berger off balance gets that one to go.
Boykic throws it away. Wallace on the steal. You know, in addition to just another year of the team being together, Mitchell hits the 3. She said she also has just loved how connected this group has been off the floor. Katie Lou Samuelson drains the 3. Clark bounces to Boston. Boston surrounded, back to Clark. Wallace will take the 3 and drain it. Bounce for Clark as well. Boston loses it, flips it up and in. Here's Wallace. Didn't take the 3. Will pull on the 2 and hit. Had a rebound like that, showing off her incredible hustle and athleticism. Now a steal. Mitchell inside. Indiana with a little momentum at the end of this first. 6th assist for AT. Now Wallace 2-on-1 with Boston. The pull-up is good. Boston battling. Wallace's jumper is good.
Clark with Diggins just in her pocket this entire game thus far. Good drive by Mitchell. Scoops a pass. Luckily comes up into Wallace's hands for Indiana, and she flips it up and in with the right hand.
Mecca goes over the top.
Seattle almost gets a 5 count there. They get it in. Wallace, the 3 ball, and good. Back to Clark. He's got 14, but it's been kind of a quiet 14. Mitchell, long range 3, then had side spin on it, and I think it might.
Cook, the crossover. Got stuck in the air there. Fagbinley comes up with it. Here's Clark in transition where she's dangerous. Leaves it behind for
Clark. Just kind of takes Laisha Clarendon with her and is it underrated?
Everybody talks about the logo 3s.
Yeah, they do. Nice concept, good execution. What a pass.
And Wallace. Fagbinley. Nice pocket pass from Wallace, and Fagbinley able to finish. No Nalissa Smith to start this second half.
Beautiful pass. Finish it to
rah-rah before games. She listens to gospel music to just try to keep her peace. Fever now with an opportunity to tie or take the lead here. Fagbinley lines up an 18-footer, gets every inch of the rim, and it falls in. Third quarter action here from Crypto.com Arena. Fagbinley on the pick and pop. Lines up a 3. You kidding me? Timmy Fagbinley with 15 now. Mitchell, lefty tray, and that one falls. Chant of defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep 3.
Oop, that is.
Hamby, the mismatch on to Clark. She'll try to use her size. Hamby sees the double team, knocked away by Wallace. Kristy Wallace comes up with the steal. 7 of Indiana's first 12 field goals have come from the 3-point line, and now a little miscommunication between Brink and Nurse. Second chance opportunity. Here is Samuelson with a deep 2. Wallace from the mid-range knocks it down. Giroux lost the handle. That is 3,003 minutes for Indiana in the third. It's also Fagbenley's third. Jackson just sees a wall, spins out of it nicely. Wallace knocked it away. Kind of set the table for this fourth. Boston into the corner. Wallace will fire and hit a three. So it's a quick 6-0 run here for Indiana. They're back with an 8. Lost a second half lead.
Well, in the course of about 90 seconds, they hit 3 in a row, which turned the game around.
Indiana is getting really good open looks.
Mabry unable to hit. Here's Mitchell blasting into the front court. Mitchell shovels and Wallace finishes. To the Commissioner's Cup final. What a dish. Down the floor. Wallace, the finish plus the foul. On a beautiful delivery from Clark.
For Caitlin Clark's game, the deep three is one, and the get-ahead pass is another. Oftentimes, it's two.
Here is Evans, the former Louisville star, out to Carter. Her three, off the mark, long board. Wallace to get ahead. Mitchell to the cup. Rebound knocks the floor. Evans has it up ahead to Mabry. A big-time threat from 3. Mabry going to drive it this time, and Wallace knocks it away.
Have gotten the ball inside and then finding teammates open on the perimeter. And here, Kristy Wallace, one dribble pull-up. Did Mabry get her on the elbow?
Maybe just a scrape. Mabry wasn't so sure.
Hey, guess who has trust that I see on the court? The Liberty.
There you go.
These two teams are in different places.
Kristy Wallace with the answer there to Sabrina Ionescu's 3.
And again, Kelsey Mitchell had to warm up this season. Came in off of the ankle injury, needed some time to get her feet and conditioning under herself.
Get up.
Alley-oops to Courtney Vandersloot. Everybody who's on the court for the Liberty, of everyone else, go for it. And I'm you know what? And that's not to slight Sloot. You go, girl.
In just her second year of play when she's still learning herself.
Right. You know, there was that kind of viral moment early in the season where Caitlin Clark was walking into the tunnel.
Van Loo pushing. Samuelson got it blocked by Wallace. That was great defensive recovery.
Well, Eric Thibault told us that defense would definitely be at the top of the list.
Wallace in the corner gets that to go. 2 points at the free throw line there for the Mystics as Melvin was fouled by Smith. Wallace adding to this lead for the Fever.
She's the most seasoned Washington Mystics player.
Wallace answers back.
So you love to see that DMV showing up, showing out.
Clark, an absolute.
Starts up from driving to the store the same way. It's a brand new car. You love it.
Mitchell connects.
Mentioned, our team has not played its best offensively through the first 10 games of the year as Wallace connects from 3. Harrington off the mark as Clark steps into a 3 and knocks it down.
That's why Carrington's also going to be in the running for most improved player in this league because of how she just continues to get more and more confidence as Kristy Wallace knocks it down for Indiana.
Head to Wallace, it was cut off there by Charles. Austin's got the size advantage. Wallace finds some space on the perimeter and knocks down a 3.
She missed previously in that corner 3 on the left side. That's the one we've been talking about that we illustrated in the open. And Aaliyah Boston drew that foul on Tina Charles inside, working hard.
Oh, Mitchell, no look. Boston, extra pass. Wallace knocks down a 3. Over to Jones. And there's Mitchell to get a hand on it. Wallace, corner back to Mitchell. Step back 3. You bet.
Oh, Kelsey Mitchell, I got a feeling.
They'll need a little more out of that from her because she is being covered a lot for her 3. Good entry pass and a post feed. Aaliyah Boston, who's coming off a 27-point performance. Evans is so good off the bench as well. They've all handled it well and taken it. Samuelson with her first shot. Diamond DeShields pulls up short. Here's Wallace. To a cut in Boston. This guy forgot about her. I'm not wearing them today. I can't see her saying that. Transition lock, Mitchell. The feed from Wallace.
There is Atkins, who's been so lethal here so far. Melvin on the drive, blocked by Wallace. This has been night and day, quarter by quarter here for the Mystics. 0 of 8 in the first. They are 4 for 6 from the perimeter here in the second quarter. Smith gets free underneath and won't miss from there. Wallace has had 4 wide open looks from 3. They just haven't fallen for her. No whistle there. Van Loo thought she was fouled. Here's Clark off to the races. Ahead for Wallace.
Perfect.
Kristy Wallace at the rim, and so good job by the Dream getting back in transition defense, because that's where Kelsey Mitchell likes to strike. Wallace left alone, and another triple goes down for Indiana. Scored over 600 points. The Dream went over this defense in shoot around. They are going to double Aaliyah Boston, but good ball movement and Alyssa Smith. Wallace at power.
Rule it as such here is Allen leaving it short. Reese always in on the offensive glass, could not quite hang on. Here's Wallace. Will pull up from a long 2 and knock it down. Gets it back to Boston. The Shields very active defensively and effective. Here's Wallace cupping it up and in. Nice take from Kristy Wallace. Chicago on an 8-0 run. Into the corner. Wallace a 3 is good, and Indiana needed that after taking. It's not the most inviting carpet. Nice look. Wallace gets free, waits, and lays it in. Off another dime from Caitlin Clark. Her 7th assist. Now Mitchell on the steal. Mitchell a 3 is good. Make it a 2 for Kelsey Mitchell.
They're not going to do that. And with Noelle Quinn, as you mentioned, no challenge.
Clark 3-ball in the way, and good. Boy, that cost Seattle 3 points, and they should have never had the ball there.
3 that you've been waiting for.
Clark, nice feed. Wallace with the layup. And Caitlin Clark catalyzing a comeback here. Mitchell. They switch it. Cunningham trying to stay with her. Nice feed. Wallace inside off the great dime by Kelsey Mitchell.
You see that big wrap on Fag Benley's hand, on her right hand. She suffered that injury in the Seattle game.
And right thumb. Here's Kristy Wallace. Little no-look pass from the Aussie. Over to Mitchell.
Just doing a nice job, making a nice delivery here. You got a little 2-on-1. She acts like she's crossing up and holding up, and allows Kelsey Mitchell a chance to run that left wing.
Kristy Wallace, nice no-looker. We're going to see her in Paris. Inside a minute to go now in the first quarter. Wallace pulls up and buries it. Asia Wilson also starting the quarter on the bench. Shot clock winding down. They need a shot. They get one, and it's hit by Erica Wheeler.
Player you were, it's just enormous, and it's so hard.
Damaris Dantas, playing in her second game for the Fever, is going to have to let it fly for 3. Her first 3-point make of the season.
The other thing, too, is they forced Indiana to take the ball out of the net, so that's allowed them to get back in transition and set their defense.
Wallace, her first minutes on the drive and the left-handed finish.
And Lexi's a tremendous defender, just more size and a better 3-point shooter.
There's Wallace coming up with a steal.
That screen by Boston. They like to run that 2-player action in the corner. It's Wallace. She splashes that home. Home. Now Boston. 8 on the shot clock. Wallace attacking. Steps into the paint, kisses that one off the glass. A 65-46 lead right now in the third quarter for Atlanta. Oh boy. And yes, the starters are playing.
Yeah, they are.
Kristy Wallace knocks that 3 home. On time on that one. Wallace got that up over Melvin. Grace Berger in her second season out of Indiana doesn't usually see a lot of time, so she can strike in that mid-range area. Samuelson the 3 for Indiana. Samuelson slow to get up, grabbing at her head as she went down hard. Isaac Barnett is still down there, keeping an eye on her, but it ends up in a Kristy Wallace 3. Wallace attacking and the finish. 1-point game.